I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures. So today's going to be my thought about Spider-Man Deluxe version, Spider-Man regular version, and of course Iron Man Mark VII Exochrome clear version. I'll be giving you my thoughts and what I think about it, and I will be touching on the part why there was no videos made. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So of course we're going to be starting by Spider-Man, A Brand New Day. As you can see, I didn't put all the pictures that were given by friends at Hot Toys for it. It's because I think there's some very important parts to look at, and I would say that I am pretty critical about this figure, and I would highly not say that you shouldn't pick it up straight away if you want and love Spider-Man, but there is a few little parts. So, of course, the reason I chose this picture to start with, as you can see, he has the shooters over here for the web part, because he does not have the organic ones, because we see, of course, if you have watched the trailer, you will know that he is going to go through a transformation, and of course this shoots off straight away at the beginning, so this is not going to be the definitive version of Spider-Man. So again, I think this is a cheap shot from Hot Toys to give us two different versions, the deluxe version and the regular version, at the beginning of the movie. Otherwise, well, again, it's a Spider-Man, so as you can see, maybe not so much padding over here. You can see with the different parts of the body where you can see the articulation going in over there, and of course, you can see the material bending, so this always comes up to the same point. How is it going to last over time? And also it will be interesting to see how this is going to last and how this is stick to the fabric. So, oops, went a bit fast there. So of course the deluxe version comes with a bunny hat and a little vest over here, and this is mostly because it's must be the winter time when they're going to do it, but when I was looking, it didn't look that cold. Again, I haven't seen the movie's not out yet, and kind of looking forward to this one, I must say. But yeah, it's a little accessory. I believe we have already seen these, so not much of a exclusive, if we can say. Deluxe version, I think it's pretty miserable. So here you can put him put in his hands in his pocket because it's cold. So I guess his hands do not fit in there, and that's just going to be his forearms are going to be going in there from the wrist down, and of course you can see him with his bunny hat. Of course, if you've watched the trailer a million times, you will know that he has the key given to the mayor of New York, so it has some relation with the Kingpin going to prison. So we will see what's going to be there, because they haven't teased us about it. But again, cool accessory, and I guess this is also part at the beginning of the movie, because you can still see he has his mechanic web shooters. So the deluxe version comes with a stand, and the stand, I must say, looks pretty awesome. Now, I don't know if this is also a bit of a tease from the behalf of Hot Toys, putting us the Scorpion tail over here. Are we going to get it, not get it? This is always a big question with Hot Toys. They've teased us a lot of stuff, and at the end of the day, they didn't always deliver. So yeah, that's going to be a bit the sad part about it. So let's stay tuned and let's have a look. So continuing with the diorama, you can see that Photoshop was not very strong with Hot Toys, because lately they've been removing this kind of stand, and the way they're holding the figure over there, this is normally Photoshopped out to give more dynamic pose to it and looking like he is really flying around with his web. But again, this is something that should be included with every character that jumps around, flies around. It should be automatic part that should be always done with it. So here's some more pictures of the base over there. Base looks pretty awesome, looks pretty good. And I must say that, yeah, for the base itself, it's an interesting one. Again, maybe to put in a vitrine could be complicated on a shelf also. So this is something that you always have to take into consideration. Now, Of course, we have already seen this, the 4 pair of interchangeable eyepieces. Of course, these are magnetically attached. We have seen it with Deadpool, we have seen it with other Spider-Mans. I do like the look of the spider face over here, and I must say it looks pretty good. So yeah, this really makes it, by doing the little eye change over here, really gives him a different look, and I find that pretty cool. Would it would have been more to see more pieces? I would not say it. I think 4 is a pretty good number for it, and the figure does look pretty awesome. So, of course, the 2 display styles. Thank you, Hot Toys, for pointing out the evidence over there. And of course, like I said, you always have these creases, and this is something that I'm kind of worried over time. We'll have to see also the same creases over here on the suit. Is that going to affect the spider webs on his tissue or fabric? So yeah, that's something that needs to be checked out. So of course, this must be a pretty cool diorama base for a stand. I think it looks pretty awesome, and I would be kind of curious to know why did they go with the part of the tail here with some other boomerangs, or from I guess it's one of the bad guys. I don't think maybe the boomerangs, but they do give a bit of a boomerang look to it. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments section. But yeah, definitely like the idea. There's a few little teasers on it, so yeah, a really good stand. So of course, what do we get with Spider-Man exclusive version Deluxe? You're getting the base, the bunny hat, the Woody hat over here, and of course the vest over here. And as you can see, you have the telephone over here. So if you watch the trailer, you will know that he's listening to MJ and his friend Ned on it, talking about MIT. So again, it is something that is kind of logic. Now, for me, this figure does have a few missing parts. Now, of course, this is a figure from the beginning of the movie, so it does kind of make sense. But I mean, why not get an unmasked version of Peter Parker? Because I mean, you see him sitting on this beam or hanging upside down on this beam before he jumps into action and seems to interact with the Punisher with the cell phone and no unmasked head. Tells me that down the road, Hot Toys is going to be making another figure with it. Now, of course, another big problem that I also have with this kind of deluxe version is when you get the regular version, you get this kind of stand. And I think Hot Toys, for the price you're charging for it, and don't believe this is what costs the most money, if you could put the regular base into the deluxe version would be highly appreciated. If you want to pose them very simply like this, or to have matching diorama bases or plates on it, it's something that I do not understand why for you do it. That's not even $5 extra cost to the figure, and again, it would be something that would be appreciated to have both stands. Now let's jump into another Iron Man. So of course I picked up this meme because it's something that I find very funny. You know, let's get milking. I've been joking about it every single time. It's become redundant and boring. But let's be honest, Hot Toys is really milking the Iron Man franchise. You could also put Spider-Man over there, would work, and you could also put Anakin Skywalker from Episode 3, because that figure also got artisan version after artisan version, deluxe versions, Sith version. So yeah, Hot Toys on certain things do have a tendency, and I'm surprised that there's still something left on it. Anyway, joke aside, let's have a look at the figures. So here is our Hot Toy exclusive. Kind of makes sense that they would go on to that. Iron Man Mark 7 Exochrome clear version. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like, geez, this is giving me already a headache when I'm looking at all these little bits and pieces all over it. And why? Why Hot Toys? I mean, those transparent ones, those ones who you have a see-through, they don't seem to be selling that much, because I see them popping up on Sideshow as getting them for 20%, 15% discount, getting all these discounts, those daily deals. So why go back there again? I don't know. But again, I guess some people must like it, but personally, I find it very hard to look at. And looking at all these little details over there and all the looking into the suit, yeah, and of course, if you're going to look into the suit, you can already see here nothing is aligned. So would it really look like that underneath, or would it be more organic the way it moves, which seems a bit more makes sense? I mean, because there's no way that you would be able to bend your body, or the suit would be adapted to do it. But this kind of translucid version, or they call it clear version, this is definitely not working for me. I really don't understand the reasoning behind it. Again, it's cheap reuse. I'm not saying that these parts already existed, but again, this is milking the franchise, and the fact of putting an exclusive is going to put pressure onto the collectors to go and pick this one up. I must say that I find this part over here, the backdrop on the of the stand, is something that I do appreciate, and I would like to see Hot Toys do a bit more of it. It's not something that costs a lot of money, and by the look, it looks like a cardboard cutout, and I believe this should be able to be given with every figure. So here we have another close-up look at all the bits and pieces that you can see through, and yeah, really do not understand the reasoning behind this figure. Of course, superhero landing, it's always tough on the knees, as Deadpool would say, but yeah, I don't understand. $400, I guess this figure is going to cost, or around $400. That does not include taxes, nor shipping, or extra fees that you will have to pay if you don't live in the US and you order from Sideshow. Yeah, I'm lost for words on this one here, and I really think that this is not something that I will going to be picking up at all. Same goes for the Spider-Man. Again, I think it's an incomplete version, and Hot Toys is going to make us a better version afterwards. But this is all the alternative display modes that they give us, and I think the mask is one of the hardest when I'm looking at it. It's yeah. I'm not digging this figure at all. So what else have they put? Fully deployed air flaps. Yeah, but those were already existent with the original figure. All this kind of movement you can really see here. This is supposed to be all aligned. So when you're moving it and there's bits of pieces, it's going to be like this one that Hammer built, where the guy does a spin in it and he says that the guy didn't hurt himself. And this is exactly the same over here, because this should be moving with one part of the body, because you cannot be bending over in all different ways. That's not how human bodies work. So continuing with the translucid armor, I find it disturbing. It's too much stuff going on from my point of view, and I'm really not digging it. Anyway, let me know in the comment section, do you agree with me or disagree with me, or is this your shtick and you really like it and you're going to pre-order it day one because you don't want to miss out and have to pay high prices on the secondary market? Let me know in the comment section. So here is everything that you get with this figure. As you can see, you have a few hands, you have some laser effects, and yeah, I don't understand. I know that the other ones that they did with this kind of translucid versions or clear versions or whatever they want to call it did not sell, and I think somebody posted on the Facebook comment section that the one of those versions is selling for $50. I think it might be a bit really nice, or if you buy that for $50, you may want to be sure that you're using a credit card with customer protection, because you might get scammed, because seems pretty low for a Hot Toy figure. Haven't seen Hot Toys figures so low since the beginning of Hot Toys. So yeah, I do think that this figure is nothing special. Anyway, let me know in the comment section. So, as I promised I was going to give you, I want to thank everybody that sent me good wishes when I was in hospital. So I'm still going under some little effects of my stay in the hospital. I had to even go back to the emergency room the next day. But things seem to be calming down a bit. So if you hear me in the video making some weird noises like this, well, you will understand why. So anyway, thanks a lot to everybody who sent me the wishes. It's highly appreciated. So I'm going to be continuing, and I will talk about it more in this week in Action Figure News, where I will be telling a bit how it's going to be. But spoiler alert, it's going to go further than September because I still have some more surgery. Anyway, so this is going to be it for my thoughts about the new Spider-Man from Brand New Day and this exclusive boring Iron Man Mark VII Exochrome clear version. Let me know in the comment section. Do you agree, disagree? Are you planning to buy any of these, or are you going to be hanging out and waiting to see what comes next for Spider-Man? Maybe a Punisher, maybe some other characters. Let me know in the comment section and let's start a conversation around our favorite hobby. So that's going to be it for my thoughts on the new Hot Toy figures that were just announced. If you like this kind of videos, please leave a like, share, comment in the section. If you have any suggestions, let me know also. If you want to go and check out my Facebook page, Instagram page, you can do it. The links are in the description. If you are going to pre-order any of these, I would highly appreciate that if you could use my link to pre-order them. It does not cost you any money, and it gives me some reward points and helps to promote, and maybe also helps the channel grow, because for now no monetization. So of course this is something that is very helpful, and it's support of the channel that costs nothing for you and is benefit for the channel. So thanks a lot if you use the link. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and of course, like always, I wish you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.